10 Essential Stoic Practices to End Your Day Right. The ancient philosophy of Stoicism presents timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges and finding purpose. Among its practitioners were notable figures like Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius, renowned for his unwavering calm in the face of chaos. In this video, we delve into 10 essential Stoic practices to conclude each day thoughtfully. These contemplative rituals reinforce core Stoic teachings, offering a calming influence on turbulent minds before restful sleep. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Stoicism. If you're interested in continuing this journey, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to stay updated. Welcome to our Stoic adventure. Our first practice involves reflecting on the day's events and our reactions as the day transitions into night. This daily evening reflection is a crucial step in aligning with Stoic principles and making progress on the Stoic path. It's an opportunity to assess our moral character and wisdom, and to consider how we've lived virtuously. In the quiet moments before sleep, let's review the day's events with clarity. Think about the conversations you had, the choices you made, and the actions you took. Replay key scenes in your mind and judge your performance honestly and accountably. Did your words or actions align with nature's harmony, guided by reason rather than passion? Were there moments when you strayed from your highest values of justice, courage, moderation, and wisdom? Let any feelings of regret be your teachers, so you can improve tomorrow. Consider whether your words and deeds aligned with Stoic ideals. When faced with challenges, did you respond with level-headed virtue, adhering to principles despite external turmoil? Recall moments when you rose to defend truth and justice, even when the crowd took the easier path. These triumphs, no matter how small, should give you hope and renew your spirit for the days ahead. By taking the time each night for this moral inventory, you're continually refining your craft of living. You are shaping your ethical character into its ideal form, and with each evening review, you reinforce the convictions you wish to live by. Through repetition and awareness, these convictions become ingrained in your soul and body, becoming your very nature. As you gaze at the stars above, remember the integral role you play in nature's grand design. Surrender to rest and renewal, knowing that a new dawn awaits, brimming with potential for your continued Stoic practice. Our second practice involves reviewing which of your judgments were guided by reason rather than passion. As you settle into your evening reflection, direct the light of reason inward to examine the day's judgments, desires, and actions. The Stoics teach that when passion overrides logic, we become our worst selves. So, it's essential to differentiate between decisions guided by emotion and those aligned with wisdom. Consider moments when judgments slipped out in reactive conversations. When questioned or called to defend a belief, did you respond with measured rational thought, or did heated emotion cloud your discourse with subjective bias? If you recognize such moments, re-examine the issue with detached objectivity before sleep, as the Stoics advise. Now, examine the desires that arose for wealth, recognition, pleasure, or comfort. Did wanting any of these external things make you sacrifice integrity or virtue to attain them? Here too, we must differentiate between ambition and service to right and proper goals, versus grasping, selfish craving. If the latter surfaced, make a note of it and renew your commitment to seek only what aligns with nature. Finally, review your willful actions. Did you act in accordance with your values and principles? Or were your actions driven by impulse or external influences? Reflect on how you can improve and align your actions more closely with Stoic ideals. A genuine measure of character emerges when we are confronted with choices. In those moments, did you allow reason to guide your actions, leading to decisions that were thoughtful, balanced, and took into account both your own well-being and the greater good? Or, on the other hand, did you let passion or self-interest override your principles? It's important to be honest with yourself as you reflect on your day. Look back and try to identify the true motivation behind each significant action. Was it guided by rational thought, or was it driven by emotion? This kind of self-examination is crucial for developing a deeper understanding of yourself and for gaining greater control over your future decisions. By making this kind of reflection a nightly habit, you gradually train your mind to recognize, even in the heat of the moment, when emotions are starting to cloud your judgment. Over time, this practice helps you pause, step back, and choose your actions from a place of wisdom rather than impulse. As you drift off to sleep, you can feel a sense of satisfaction, knowing that through consistent, disciplined self-reflection, you are learning to walk a more balanced path, one illuminated by the principles of Stoic rationality and virtue. Thirdly, it's essential to remind yourself of what is truly within your control. The Stoic philosophy offers a liberating insight. Some things are up to us, while others are not. This distinction is fundamental, as it determines whether we act with reason or allow ourselves to be swept away by external events. As you review your day, think about the situations that triggered frustration, anger, or distress. In the quiet moments before sleep, trace these feelings back to their source. Did you become upset because others didn't behave as you wished? Were you disappointed by outcomes that didn't meet your expectations? Did you feel overlooked when someone else received recognition you desired? Now, ask yourself, can you control how others think, choose, or act? The answer is no. Can you dictate every outcome once you've done your part? Again, no. Is it possible to ensure universal approval? Certainly not. Much of what happens is the result of countless factors beyond our individual influence. The Stoics teach that our true power lies in our own reason, judgment, moral character, and the actions we choose. This is the domain we can control. When emotions flare because our assumptions are challenged, it's often because we've lost sight of this truth. Take this opportunity to regain perspective. While the world continues on its unpredictable course, you remain the captain of your own soul, steering not by the actions of others, but by your own considered responses. This nightly reminder can restore your sense of calm and bring a deeper peace, even in turbulent times. Cherish these quiet moments, focusing on what you can influence and letting go of what you cannot. As Epictetus wisely said, happiness and freedom begin with understanding this simple principle. Some things are within our control, and some are not. Mastering this distinction is the key to mastering life itself. Let this core teaching protect your mind as you rest, preparing you for a new day of practice and growth. While the world may change and challenge you, your response remains yours to refine. Fourth, take time to thoughtfully consider how you might prepare for future challenges. Look ahead and realistically imagine what difficulties might arise, perhaps illness, the loss of a relationship, or an unexpected crisis that disrupts your routine. Picture these scenarios vividly. Notice what emotions come up as you do so. Anxiety, fear, or even panic may surface automatically. However, as a student of Stoicism, recognize that these are simply initial impressions. With practice, you can train yourself to respond with calm reason rather than immediate distress. Allow these feelings to pass through you without resistance. Take slow, deep breaths and remind yourself that hardship is a natural part of life's cycle. Everything changes and nothing lasts forever. You have the strength to endure whatever comes your way. Now, shift your mindset from reactive worry to proactive preparation. Ask yourself, what resources, skills, or changes in perspective could help you handle each potential difficulty if it arises? Reflect on past challenges you have faced and overcome through patience and wisdom. Consider how you might weather future storms in a similar way. While you cannot prevent every hardship, you can equip yourself to meet them with resilience and clarity. Imagine each challenging scene as a moment to mentally rehearse, similar to running a flight simulator. Repeatedly visualize yourself responding with calmness and rationality despite chaos. This mental practice helps develop inner strength and self-control. By imagining defending yourself against potential threats or setbacks, you build resilience, reducing the impact of external disturbances. Cultivating a steady state of serenity enables you to face difficulties confidently, knowing that troubles will unfold naturally over time, much like seasons changing without resistance. However, our present reactions, if grounded in resilience, can maintain steadiness even when external circumstances shift, allowing us to remain composed and clear-headed. A helpful reminder before sleep is to acknowledge that external events are ultimately indifferent. They don't define our inner peace. Review your day, recalling moments when desire fixated on specific outcomes, such as ambitions for promotion, desired relationships, or the pursuit of fulfilling experiences. If you found yourself clinging tightly to these outcomes, believing that happiness depended on achieving them, you may have felt emotional turbulence when things didn't go as planned. These storms of emotion cloud your internal light. But as Stoic philosophy teaches us, attaching our happiness to external successes or failures is futile. Our health may decline, loved ones may leave, and security can be disrupted, all natural parts of life. Instead of seeking stability through external circumstances, focus on cultivating inner resilience by developing your character. By striving for virtue, acting rightly regardless of external events, you turn external challenges into opportunities for growth. Wisdom lies in carefully judging your motives and aligning your actions with justice, self-control, and service to others. As a result, external events serve as fuel for building virtues, transforming difficulties into chances to strengthen your soul. This perspective grants true freedom, acting with integrity and excellence, rather than trying to control the uncontrollable. Carry this insight into restful sleep. Remember that each new day invites ongoing practice of inner development. By refining your inner light and not letting fleeting external clouds dim it, you deepen your capacity for peace. When you cease grasping at outcomes beyond your influence and instead respond consciously and wisely, you embody the good of your soul. Number 6 encourages us to forgive those who have wronged us. Recall any lingering resentments or unresolved conflicts. Feel the heaviness or emotional weight they carry in your body. Yet, recognize that nurturing wounds or keeping score only perpetuates suffering, and wisdom suggests that vengeance or holding grudges do not serve a positive purpose. Instead, emulate Marcus Aurelius's advice. The best revenge is not to mirror your enemy's actions but to refuse to let their wrongdoings define your character. This means choosing to release hurt and forgiving others for your own peace, an act of radical responsibility over your mental state. Forgiveness diminishes the power others have over you and restores your inner strength. While forgiveness benefits future harmony, initially practicing it for your own liberation is more impactful. It frees you from replaying old pain and reminds you that clinging to past hurts keeps you tethered to previous suffering. True wisdom recognizes that holding on to grievances binds you to the past and clouds your present, but releasing them invites renewal and healing. As you embrace forgiveness, you create space for inner peace before ending your day. Making peace within yourself and with the imperfect world enhances outward harmony, aligning with the teachings of the Stoic sages. Number 7 calls us to cultivate gratitude for all we possess. Consider especially the gift of health, our strength, mobility, and vitality, which enable us to experience life fully and serve others. Yet, how often do we overlook or undervalue this precious gift? Recognizing health as a fundamental blessing helps us appreciate everything else we have: relationships, opportunities, and the simple joys of daily life. Expressing gratitude deepens our sense of contentment and reminds us to cherish what is already abundant. Consider for a moment the countless cellular movements within your body, each a vital cog in the elaborate machinery that keeps you alive and well. Take a pause now to appreciate this intricate miracle, acknowledging the profound privilege it is merely to enjoy the gift of good health. Next, reflect on the network of relationships that enrich your life. Think about the bonds of family and the friendships that lift you up, inspire you, and offer comfort in times of need. Often, we neglect to notice how much our happiness depends on these connections and the communities we belong to. Make a conscious effort to show gratitude for those loved ones who share the journey of life with you. Now, widen your perspective to embrace the myriad opportunities available to you, opportunities that arise from circumstances beyond your control, such as the place you live and the era you are born into. Each of these factors opens doors to unique adventures and avenues for growth, opportunities that might not have been possible in another time or place. These experiences warrant deep and sincere thanks. By consciously planting seeds of gratitude within your mind, you can enhance the sweetness of life's basic gifts and shield yourself against taking them for granted, even when discontent creeps in. Remember that unbridled desire can obscure the abundant blessings that nature generously bestows upon us every day. May the transformative power of gratitude continue to turn the ordinary into joyful abundance simply by honoring all that we have already been given. Step 8. Take a moment to examine the new knowledge you have acquired recently. Look back on your growing base of understanding with genuine satisfaction, for every lesson learned enriches the human experience. Reflect on ideas and concepts, perhaps inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophers or the modern insights of contemporary thinkers, which have rekindled ancient virtues and guided your reasoning, thoughts, and actions. Celebrate the steady progress achieved through dedicated reading and self-reflection, while also recognizing the areas where further understanding or behavioral adjustments are needed to truly embody these ideals. Ask yourself if you sometimes let emotions override logic, or if attachments to reputation, pleasure, or comfort deter you from acting in the common good. Challenge the bubbles of ego and ignorance that may still cloud your vision, keeping in mind the ancient Stoic teaching that a wisdom begins in recognizing the extent of one's ignorance, a notion famously championed by Socrates millennia ago. Embracing this lesson keeps us humble, ensuring we remain lifelong students on our journey of self-improvement. As you refine your ability to master impulses and temper passions through continued education, let your gratitude for the skills you have developed be matched by a hunger for further progress. By engaging in perpetual self-examination and an endless quest for knowledge, you gradually approach the lofty Stoic ideal of sagehood. Regularly reassessing and redirecting your path of self-cultivation propels you along a narrow, wisdom-laden path, paving the way for each new day of disciplined practice. Pause to honor the understanding you have gained and to cement your commitment to brighter, more virtuous advancements on this enduring Stoic journey. Step 9. Contemplate the reality of death and the fleeting nature of life. Vividly imagine your final sunset, as the long shadow of mortality stretches before you, and picture yourself surveying the landscape of your past from that distant vantage point. Identify which moments stand out as times when you were fully present and engaged, in contrast to those moments lost in distraction. Reflect on whether you spent your valuable hours in purposeful, principled service or squandered opportunities by trying to control aspects of life that were beyond your reach, all the while neglecting relationships and personal character. As you mentally review your life's memories, ask yourself whether this reflection brings peace and contentment or stirs remorse for roads not taken. Allow this evocative preview of life's end to motivate you to adjust your course while you still have the strength and will to do so. The Stoics practiced nightly meditations on mortality as a means to gain clearer perspective, a way to see how each choice aligns with true priorities when measured against life's inevitable finale. No matter your age or health, life marches relentlessly toward obscurity, making it all the more important to live purposefully in the present. The practice of actively contemplating our mortality sharpens our focus, allowing us to sift through the noise of daily life and prioritize what truly matters. It encourages us to express gratitude for every breath we take and to strive to leave a positive legacy for future generations, especially as time slips away like sand through our fingers. Reflecting on death wisely elevates the significance of our lives, prompting us to consider our purpose before we retire for the night. Therefore, as we surrender this day, let us resolve to live with greater awareness moving forward. Each new day presents a fresh opportunity to embody virtues that resonate through eternity, even as we eventually fade into the dust of dreams. To begin, take a moment to review how you fulfilled your responsibilities throughout the day. Start by examining your professional obligations. Reflect on the progress made in your projects, the clients you served, and the teamwork you engaged in. Consider the meetings you attended, the deliverables you produced, and the decisions you made. Did you lead with integrity? Were you clear in your communication? Did you advance initiatives with care and skill? If you identified any shortcomings, now is the time to address them so that you can excel in the future. Next, turn your attention to your personal life, where your nurturing presence is essential. Whether it's being fully engaged in parenting or deepening your partnerships through understanding and affection, assess the efforts you've made to cultivate each relationship with wisdom and grace. Make any necessary adjustments and pay attention to areas that need improvement. Expand your awareness to include your community connections, recognizing that the health of society relies on our thoughtful contributions. We thrive together when everyone commits to giving back. Evaluate your civic responsibilities, which may involve volunteering, sharing your skills, making ethical purchasing decisions, or caring for the environment. Resolve to enhance your contributions in these areas. Finally, look inward to your overarching duty of self-mastery and virtuous living. Did you manage your emotions effectively today while demonstrating courage, justice, moderation, and practical wisdom? By refining our character, we serve humanity at large. Regularly reviewing our obligations fosters moral excellence, allowing us to thoughtfully recalibrate our actions to align with our values. Through mindful effort, we can achieve success, even when external factors attempt to divert us. As you prepare for sleep, embrace the restorative power it offers, renewing your commitment to diligently fulfill your responsibilities with the dawn of a new day. If you've listened to this message until the end, thank you for your attention. If any of these Stoic principles resonated with you, I encourage you to engage in a discussion about Stoicism in the comments. I welcome such conversations, as they reflect the teachings of great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca. If you're interested in exploring Stoicism and self-improvement further, consider subscribing to our Stoic newsletter, which you can find in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more content like this, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and as always, I wish you peace and serenity through the wisdom of Stoicism.